I finally have time to talk about this thing. What's up guys, my name is Nate. Welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about my vehicle that I drive. And I know a lot of you have probably heard that I like driving sedans and actually love sedans, but I have an SUV. So it'll be an interesting story to tell, but I gotta introduce the car first, so let's get started. This is my 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited. It is the limited edition. It is also starting to rain, so that's fun. We'll see how long this lasts for. It is a full SUV. Well, not a full SUV. It's not a Ford Explorer size or anything. It's a half size or three-quarter size SUV, I would call it. And yeah, it's great. It's starting to rain. That's awesome. So this is the vehicle. Quick tour of it and I'll get into the specs. This vehicle has a name that I did name the vehicle. Its name is Checkoff, and I'll explain why it is in a bit. So this is the exterior of the vehicle. Has these nice Wrangler wheels on it. This is the back. Has a full electric liftgate. It is the limited version. As you can see, it is a 4x4, so it is four-wheel drive, not all-wheel drive. Has a backup camera on it, so there you go. And yeah, I think I've basically explained everything on the outside, and let's get into the interior. So I'm not standing out in the rain, apparently. This is the limited model, but it also is the limited accessories package. So I can come up and touch the handle and it'll unlock the doors. How amazing is that? Now let's go inside, so when it stops raining, I'll tell you everything else outside again. Here's the inside of the vehicle. Back seats and everything. This vehicle has a tan interior with a black finish top to it. It has the Uconnect 8.4 system in it, or the Uconnect. It's the non-U GPS Connect system, so I had to open the windows because I was dying, but this is the system here. Let me turn this off so I don't give any away surprises, but here's the vehicle dash. As maybe you can see right here, how I start it is brake plus the start button, push and start brake. It is a push button start vehicle. It is keyless entry by the keys, which are in my pocket somewhere. This is the key. It is a standard Jeep/Dodge key that most vehicles had back in 2015. Wow, it is raining outside. But this is the key. It is fully keyless. The keys are actually in the cup holder, and this is the slot where the key would go in right there. It is a keyless entry, and it has the remote start function, so I can remote start this vehicle. Lock, unlock, tailgate, panic button. Really basically all you need to know. I am the second owner of this vehicle. I'm going to pop these windows up real fast. This is very awkward to hold, but here are the buttons on the steering wheel here. There's no buttons here. These are fake buttons here. Got cruise control on this side. You got a bunch of infotainment buttons on this side. On the back of the steering wheel, there are some other buttons. There are on this side, it would normally be radio controls and channel selection. And on the other side, we have mute and the volume controls. On the bottom here, we have the voice button, and we have hang up and answer call button. We have these buttons here, which are paddle shifters. They're paddle shifters, as you can see, they shift. Down here we have my lights button. I'm trying to get a good angle of this here. We have my lights button here. We also have my fuel cap button, which if you press this, the fuel cap opens. Down here I have my trunk release. I'll show you the hood once it stops raining, which will probably be a while. I'll probably have to come back and do part of this video. Got your light selection knob here. Turns the lights on and off. Actually, I can show you that actually happening here on the dash. If I zoom in right here, if I turn my lights to on, there they are. I'll put them back to auto because that's where I leave them. I have my interior lights control. right here. That's how you turn the interior lights on and off, which you can adjust the display of this. I can make it brighter or dimmer. I don't know if it'll actually make it dimmer. No, it will not. Okay, well, it's gone anyways. But anyways, the lights, if you click, there are 2 notches. You got the variable, plus you can just set it as low as it goes. Then you got this, which will raise the brightness up to a certain point. Then it clicks up 1, and then if you click it up again, it actually turns on the interior lights. And it turns on all of the interior lighting. There's a light on the handles in the back. There's one over here too, if I can look at it and view it. There you go. Alright, that's basically all with the steering wheel. There is steering wheel adjustments under here where you can make this, adjust the steering wheel's height. I have it set in a specific place where I want it. These are electric seats. There you go. You got buttons on the door there. We have the infotainment system right here, and there is a problem with this infotainment system that I will get back to later that I do not like. In fact, this is probably my least favorite infotainment system that I've ever used, but I have to live with it. Also, I have a mirror. Hello. Up here we have a couple of buttons. We have a light button here, which there are actually, you got the spotlight, and then you have the actual light if you press on it. There's 2 sets of buttons. You have the tailgate button, you have the second light here, and then you have the home link setup, which is the same thing they use for your garage door. I have one programmed, but the other ones are blank. One is actually my garage door at home, so that one's all programmed up. On the visors here, these visors fold down, and if you unfold them, there are lights plus mirrors inside of them, as you can see. Oh, these mirrors also detach. Forgot about that. They detach like that. They go up. Down here, we have the glove box, which has stuff in it. It has the manual for the book and a rag and cleaning solution for my glasses. Down here, if we look down here a little bit, you can see there's my keys. Over here for a sec, there is a passenger seat. It has the shifter, which as you can see right here, it shifts like this. Whoa, there you go. This is how it would shift. If you want to put it all the way, you can tap it if you want. Oh, you can also pull back without hitting the button. I guess since the car is off, it's locked out, but normally what you do is you would hold the button, then pull back, and then it goes back into place. You can also just tap it if you want to, which is what my mom did before she realized that you can just basically pull back on this fully to put it back into drive. And if you want to put it in reverse, you click it up to, it goes in reverse. And if you want to put it from reverse to park, you can just tap it, although it only moves once, not all the way. So I guess when it's off, it changes shifting. If you want to put it into sport mode, you put it into drive, and then you just tap it one far back, and it goes into sport. And then on the dash, it will actually show a racing flag. I'll show you that in a bit when the car is running. In here, you got a compartment. This actually has a couple of charging ports in it. I am using one of them for charging my phone. It has a SD card, cigarette lighter, and a aux port, as you can see. The cable comes out here, which I have go for my magnetic stand, magnetic MagSafe stand. It doesn't charge, but it allows me to put my phone on the MagSafe stand, and if I want to, I can plug it in right here. So that's how that works. Actually, I'll keep it right there, except I'll have to move it out of the way because I gotta show you all the buttons over here. So right here, you got your AC, you got your circulation, you got your dual climate control. This is a dual climate control car. You got your hazards, which I think work even if the car is off. There you go. That's also the turn signal if you were curious. You got your screen off, you got back, you got your tuner, you got your volume knob, you got your fan control, plus the fan buttons and all that stuff. You got your rear and front defrosters. You got your park assist on off, you got your eco on off, and you got your traction control on off. Again, this is a dual climate control car. This car also has heated seats, passenger and driver seats, and also a heated steering wheel as well. Also, cool thing, it also has heated rear seats, not the middle seat. The middle seat doesn't get heated, but that side and that side both get heated, which I think is pretty awesome. I'm running out of things on the car. On the door here, you have your window button. On this side of the door, you have even more buttons. So on the door here, you have your lock, you have your unlock, you have your back seat window disable. I have it disabled. I have your windows up, down. On the front ones, you can push it down, it goes up, down automatically. You got your mirror adjustment over here, which are these buttons. Right here on the door, you have your seat adjustment. If you have key 1 or key 2, you hit set and then number, and then you move the seat. Well, first you move the seat to where you want it to be, then you hit 1, and then you hit set, and then that's where the seat will go for that driver. I have key number 1, so my driver profile is driver number 1. Move the steering wheel out of the way so you can see what's happening. So you got your mist, and you got your different positions here. You got low speed, you got high speed. This is for your front windshield wipers. You can push it in to activate the spritzer. You can pull back just to do if it's misting a little bit. You got your rear windshield wipers. It's all on one stock, which kind of confusing at first because before there were 2 stocks. This side would normally be your windshield wiper side, but there is actually no stock on this side. Probably because the start and stop button is right here. But anyways, you got your front ones, this is just to activate I think this is just the spritz or the sprinkle. I can't remember. I think it's just the spritz. This is your alternating where it goes every now and again for your rears. This is just turning your rears on. Rear spritzes again. There you go. This also activates as your high beams, I believe. So that's your high beams right there. If you pull back on it, if you push forward, it'll lock your high beams in place. You can flash them if you want to. Push them forward to lock them in, to turn on your high beams. And to signal, you push down to go left, signal up to go right. Pretty straightforward. This stock is very not sensitive at all, other than my dad's Ford, which is very sensitive. So if you turn the wheel at all, it will literally turn it off. This one, you got to turn the wheel quite a bit before it snaps off into position again, which I guess is good and bad. I guess I can turn this on so when the car comes back on, it'll wipe the windshield. This car does have automatic windshield wipers, although it is shut off because the automatic windshield wipers do not work very well. They are not the world's smartest things in the world, so I have them disabled. I just basically, if I want the windshield wipers to turn on for a bit, there you go. If I want more of them, I can do that. If it's really pouring outside or absolutely just monsooming, I can click it to high if I want to. And you can still do all this stuff, have this, still operate the windshield wiper, activate your high beams and whatnot, and it'll be just fine. It stopped raining for a second, so I get to show you. This is the gas cap. So as you can see, you just press this button and it pops my gas cap open. There you go. Gas cap, there is no cap, it is capless, so all you do is just put it in and start filling. If you want to use a gas tank, you use this button. So, and then if you want to close it, you just close it. That's all you need to do. We're now in the back seats. In the back of the seats, you got your traditional nets. Got a tissue dispenser right here. In the back, you actually have a couple of options back here for the passenger side. You have down here a couple of buttons and a couple of little switches. So if the fan is running, you can have the fan be at your face, or you can set it to be face in feet, which there are vents. If I can be able to get down here, there are vents right down there. Let's see if it'll focus on them. Come on, camera, focus please. There you go. The vents right there on the floor for your feet. Let's put it back to general. And then you got your vents to go for feet. You can do face or feet. I like it in feet because it usually keeps the back of the car cool. You got this. There is no fan controls or anything. The fan control and temperature control are all controlled from the front. Anyways, down here you have a 110 outlet here, or a 120 volt, 115 volt outlet, 150 watt. You also have a couple of charger ports that are regular USB charger ports. These are very nice for kids who need to charge their devices in the back. Like I said, this has heated seats in the back, so you got the button right here. This button will turn on the seat for the driver, or the, come on, stay focused down there, thank you. It turns on this for the seat that you're sitting in, and also for the passenger, you got this one as well. Above the doors, you have some handles, which you can actually flip out this hook. To turn on these lights, you just press on this. That'll turn the light on and off. Seriously, this is how my day is going to be? Are you kidding me? I forgot you do have some armrest roll. There are 2 buttons on the armrest. You got this one, which pulls up the lower one. Got this one, which pulls up the bigger one, so it gives you more storage on the bottom. In the back up here, you have a backup camera. Let's see if the camera will focus on it. I don't know if it will. Come on. Right there, backup camera with some lights. I had to get those lights replaced actually a while ago, so yep. And then also you got a button down here which opens the lift gate, which this is an electronic lift gate, so all I have to hit is the button and then back up. There you go. Goes up pretty high actually, and there are manual handles if you want to close it, but if you want to close it electronically, the button is right here next to these vents. There are lights on the top here, as you can see, so you can see what you're doing at night. I got my snow brush here. Lots of room back here actually, pretty good amount of room. You got your push here, which you push down and then lift up, and my spare tire plus a jack is under here, which is good. Also, I'm pretty sure if you remove this or this cup holder port, there is a manual release for the gas cap in case the electronic gas cap fails and you need to get to your gas. On this side here, you have a little bit of storage to put like garbage bags or something in, some extra space you want to stick something tall. On this side, you have a little bit of smaller space, but you also have a little hidden Easter egg. And it is if I can get it out, a flashlight. The button is on the side and it has 2 levels of brightness, although it seems to, oh, there we go. You got bright, you got dim, off, so you got a little flashlight. It isn't the world's brightest flashlight. In fact, I think it was brighter when it was brand new. It has charging contacts, so you just basically snap it back in here, push it in, and it charges. These seats do fold back flat, so you do get a ton of room to put like lumber and stuff if you want to. I have put lumber in this car, and it is very nice to have that extra space. Moving here for college was a good amount of space too, so that's pretty good. You got another 12-volt DC cigarette lighter jack in case you want to plug something in. This one is always active with the key on. You got some strap downs, you got 2 on each side, you got some clips. This one is actually broken. I think I actually threw it in the trash because I'm never going to use them. And that's basically it for the trunk. And again, to close it, you press this button. Give you some warning beeps. Closes. Some stuff right here, actually. Perfect. We also have the parking brake, which is a manual parking brake. If you push it in with your foot, it does activate the parking brake, although it didn't show up, and then you push to release. And then under here, I pointed it out earlier, but I didn't really get it. You got your hood release, which pops the hood, and there is a little latch under here. I don't know if I'll be able to get a video of it or not. There is a latch under here that allows me to pull up on the hood, because there's a latch that you push in, and then pops right up. Oh, there we go. This is a V6. I don't know if it's a twin turbo, but it does have a turbo in it because you can hear it. You got your battery box, which actually makes it pretty easy to get some connection points to jump start this vehicle. In fact, I think you can jump start it with this positive lead right here, and there's probably a negative or ground somewhere. Anyways, that is your main battery box. This is your air box. This is a V6. It is a very powerful engine. It does 0 to 60 in 7 seconds. I mean, that's not very impressive, but compared to V4s do 0 to 60 in 10, so this is at least something a little bit better. It isn't the most fuel efficient engine in the world. It gets 23 miles per gallon highway. It isn't the world's greatest engine. It does have a 20-gallon tank, so it's pretty big actually. I think it actually has a 22-gallon tank. Pretty big tank. It is a regular gasoline. It takes 87, or that's what the manual recommends. You can put 89 in it to get cleaner fuel. Windshield washer fluid. I think that's your coolant. Also coolant, and then oil stick is back there. You also got your steering fluid. Anyways, that's enough talking about the car. Let's actually start the car. Okay, so most people actually don't know this about cars that are push button start like this one. You actually don't have to hold in the button while it's starting. You can just press it and it'll attempt to start. All you have to do to start it is push on the brake and then push on the button if it'll focus. Why is it not focusing? There we go. There we go. Focus. And then push the button. I'm not wearing my seatbelt. You got your engines. Now that the system is on, you can actually see what's going on. Let me crank the wheel back here so I can actually see the screen. This vehicle is 7 or 8 years old now. It has 134,124 miles on it. As you can see right now, its average miles per gallon is 21. Mostly, it does highway driving. It rarely does city driving anymore. As you can see now, the car is idling down. This is your gauge. This is all a digital screen. You can actually change how this looks. If I use the buttons on the steering wheel here, let me go in here. You can scroll up, go through all the different modes. Got your tire pressure. You can change it from kilometers an hour to miles per hour. You got another menu. You can go up here, which can change to different kinds of speedometer. You can make the speedometer freaking huge while driving. You can change it to a mix of both. Looks like these are the only 2 options it gives me. You can make the middle do whatever you want. You can enter the screen setup, which allows you to change what's in what corner. I have the compass in that corner and the degrees outside. It is 61 degrees. Stored messages, the radio station that's currently listening to, or numbers. You got the trip information, which should be identical because I reset this when I got it myself. And then we're back to the fuel adjustment. You can actually change the middle to be something else. I'm pretty sure if you go in, you can change what the screen shows. Like if I go back to here, I can click it to that, and then I think I can scroll through and go back to here, which is actually what my mom had it for a very long time with not an analog gauge. I don't like the digital gauge because it's not as accurate, so I like putting it to this screen here, a actual speedometer, and then leaving it on the fuel economy screen so it shows me everything that I need to know. How much, oops, I accidentally turned on the windshield wipers. I accidentally turned on the signal. I'm really good. You got your miles for the tank left. I have 200, well, I just had 295 miles. I have 269 miles, 94, 96. I can't make up its mind. Over here you got your gas tank temps. You got your gear, your gears in. If I put my foot on the brake and change gears, I can go into drive. I can go into neutral. I can go into reverse. And it turns on my park sense since I'm in reverse, and then I can put it back into park. If I put my foot on, turn on the parking brake, the parking brake light comes on and it tells me my parking brake is engaged. And if I try to shift out of gear, it won't let me since my parking brake is on. I can turn the parking brake off. Lots of information. This thing definitely tells you when it has problems. In fact, when it was low on pressure, it goes away from the screen. It actually goes to the tire pressure screen and letting you know that your tire pressure is low. So that's good to know as well. Here's your infotainment system. Right now the climate control is turned off. And here is your shifter right here. Oh, I forgot what it does when you go into sport mode. So if you put it into drive, you can bump it down one more on the stock regularly, like doing this. The car is now in sport mode. There is a red ring on it, and there is a racing flag as well. Oh, the red ring disappears, and then I can bump it back to go back just into a normal drive. If I want to use manual shifting, I can just bump this and it'll go into manual shifting. Now I'm in manual, and if I want to exit, I hold the +1 and it'll go back to, now that you can see the shifter is in gear. If I want to hold it, I can put it back into automatic. Here's your shifter. You can't move the shifter at all when you're locked in position. You have to press down the button so it is locked in place. And if I want to go in park, it's already in design gear. Horn right there, and then all of the buttons here for the climate control. This climate control is very weird, but it works. I do have some special accessories options, like if you might have noticed or heard, when I turn the car on and off, it actually moves the seat a little bit as I have easy entry turned on. As you can see, radio's still on a little bit. I will run through the settings real quick. I don't like this infotainment system very much, and I'll now explain why. To adjust literally anything other than the stuff here, if you want to change modes for different cooling modes, you have to go into this menu, although the car is off, so that doesn't help me at all here. So as you can see, there's my temperatures. On a normal mode, when I'm just in radio, it actually shows the temperatures in the corner. As you can see, right in the corner there and there, there's your outdoor temperature, your direction, and you have a clock. You go into the climate menu. This literally has all of the climate buttons you need. You got your feet, face, just feet, defrosters, and feet. How it works with defrosters is very weird, and I don't like it. It also has electronic buttons over here, even though there's manual front and rear defrost buttons here. This air conditioning system is actually starting to go. It doesn't like staying in air conditioning mode. In fact, if it's really hot outside and I'm running the air conditioning, after about half an hour, the vents start to disappear, so I gotta get looked at that. Again, I'm just gonna say that it has 134,000 miles on it, and that's just due to age. Other than this car has had no accidents in its entire life. This car is a 100% accident-free car. You got your heated buttons. Now, the one thing I didn't like about this, and I'm glad I figured it out, is these buttons on the bottom here are movable. So I have the driver and driver heated seat. It is a 3 or 2 level, can't remember, I think it's 3 level heated seat. You got your heated steering wheel button, and on the end you got your passenger side heated seat button. These buttons were not defaulted on this bar, and to go into the thing, there was another app that was on this, which was the, I think it was the controls menu. This menu. This was how you were able to change your heated seats button before, and this menu was actually, where is it? This button was actually on the dock. I didn't like that, so the only 3 buttons that I actually care about from this menu, because I don't need to do the automatic mirror dimmer menu, is these 3 buttons, so I just decided to throw these 3 buttons on the bottom. I don't know why Jeep did this. I don't know why they got rid of all those buttons, even though this setting for turning the heated seat and steering wheel on when it's below 40 degrees is on. But if it's not below 40 degrees, it won't turn it on automatically, and if it drops temperature, it won't turn it on automatically either. It only does it on startup. So I don't know why I did that. That's very, very stupid, and I don't like it. Another problem with this vehicle is its wireless handling. Now that I have a new phone, my new phone and this car do not like to communicate with each other sometimes. In fact, it sometimes likes to randomly disconnect and go back to radio while I'm listening to music, which is very, very frustrating. Let me go to Bluetooth. As you can see, there's my Bluetooth menu here. Apparently it's also playing music. Why is it playing Hey Jude? So it's kind of dumb. I don't like how it's set up, but I'll have to live with it. This car is a 2015. This is 1 year away from having Apple CarPlay built in. 1 year! If my mom waited 1 year, the 2016 model would have had Apple CarPlay, and that would have been super nice to have. But I have no Apple CarPlay, so sad. So how I run the GPS off is I just have to look at my phone while it's on the Belkin, or whatever this brand is, magnet charging stand. But yeah, so now we go on for a little drive, I guess, because that's what people do when they have a car that they have to show. I feel like Doug DeMarion right now, having a car, just camera pointed at him while he drives his car, so yeah, that's how it's gonna feel like. Alrighty, driving the Jeep. It is a very nice car to drive. It is very smooth. It is very powerful, as a matter of fact, and I will do a speed once I get to a certain point. I just got to get out of this parking lot. I had to take my microphone off my camera while doing this test because I literally could not, what was I gonna say? I couldn't have it on because the windshield was very far. The windshield is very close to you. It also is not a very big windshield, actually. Very inconvenient. So that's my reason for that. Feels very nice to drive, very smooth, very easy, like pinky movement, kind of. You can easily move this with your pinky, super easy to move. It's got some power. I am in eco mode right now, so I'm not using a whole lot of gas, but it is there. But if you give it juice, it gets up there though. You can hear it move. I can feel it accelerating. It feels very powerful. We'll do a 0 to 60. I believe 0 to 60 in this car is 7 seconds, but with its age, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a little less. So we'll get to a road where I can do a 0 to 60, which I believe is going to be around this corner. So I just did a brake launch and I forgot to record it. So at least I know how to do it now, but I have to do it when no one's coming or else people are going to get suspicious of it. So this is going to be extremely fun. It is also not raining, so the road's pretty dry now, so frustrating. Also, my air conditioning needs to shut up. I had to hold my camera so it would stop sliding away. I had to put my phone in the cup holder, so alright, hold the camera. 3, 2, 1, go! Stop! Woo! Okay. Take it out of sport. I feel like that wasn't as good, but I wasn't prepared last time, so yeah. Anyways, it also started raining pretty good, so I think I'm done. I got the clip. Let's see how long it actually took me. I actually have no idea, but I did go to 60 miles an hour. From 0 to stop. I didn't brake launch it because I'm not very good at brake launching, so I just did it from a dead stop, and we'll see how it ends up. I'm assuming I probably got around 7 seconds, so I would say that's pretty good. Yeah, it's not as fast as my dad's car, which my dad's car can brake or go from 0 to stop in seconds. I think it's like 5 seconds, but I think the factory said 5.3. I think I did it in 5, so we'll see. Yeah. It's a car. I don't have anything else to complain about it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Good that I actually recorded it, my 0 to 60. I have run out of things to say. Voice over me if you want to put anything else in. I'll do some B-roll, and if I forget something, put it in. Nathan, you did forget something. You forgot to tell the story of why this vehicle is called Chekhov. Well, it's actually kind of a sad story. So the actor Chekhov from Star Trek actually died to a 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee just like this one, and the reason is the car didn't go properly into park and it actually crushed him against a wall and killed him. So that's the reason why this Jeep is called Chekhov, because it's the Jeep that killed Chekhov. That's the story behind it. Anyways, 7.6 seconds, not bad actually. I was expecting it to be slower actually, so pretty good that the factory is 7 and it got 7.6, so that's actually not that bad. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, share this video with friends, family, and until next time, peace and high five.